Hello, ladies and gentlemen, real estate investors, real estate marketers from whichever field you are in the real estate industry. You are welcome on this program. Welcome to the real estate talk show, and I'm your humble host, Chukwuebuka Frank. Sitting along with me here is Mr. Jeffrey Bezos. Yeah, he's a real estate marketer, someone that really has gone through some experiences before finding himself in the real estate sector. And today we have him here for him to elaborate and inspire us with his story. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. All right, my audience, good afternoon, good morning, anywhere you are in the world. I just want to say a big thank you to my very humble self and to my very humble brother for having me in this talk show. Again, my name is Jeffrey Bezos. It's coined because I chose to be a billionaire. And I believe that after my talk show today, you'll be able to be inspired as to what you need to begin to look forward to in the real estate world. Sit back, relax, and enjoy what we have for you today.
Yeah, that's great, sir. Because you know what they say, there's always be a storm, but when the storm clears, there's a fair weather always. But first of all, you have to build up resiliency in whatever you're doing. Yeah, and this man right here, the story will really inspire people. You get to learn that a downfall doesn't mean the end of the road for any man. You can always start off, you can always divert into something new. You can always come up with something new ideas and explore yourself to the world. It's never an end. So that's why today, the theme of our topic today is from crypto crisis to real estate resurgence, a story of resilience and transformation. This episode will dive into the journey of financial recovery, lessons learned from crypto trading, and how real estate became the Jeffrey Bezos path to reclaim stability and rebuild wealth. So first of all, sir, in today's episode, we speak to Jeffrey Benson, a former crypto trader who really lost 22 million in the highly volatile crypto market. But instead of staying down, he turned to the real estate industry to rebuild his future. So let's dive into his inspiring story of transformation and how real estate offered him a lifeline in uncertain times. So, sir, first of all, what was it like to losing 22 million in the crypto trading world?
All right, again, I'll say that life is ups and downs, but you must understand that life can be beautiful. At the same time, life can be challenging. So I started out as a financial trader who was involved in crypto. As of 2019 was the year that I decided to start. And after a year of consistent education, I found myself being given 6 million naira to start my journey as a trader. I pulled funds from investors, but he didn't have a contract. I got involved into this and I was able to move the money from 6 million to 22 million just by watching how volatile the market could spring forth the money. And it really did. We made a fortune, but right before my own very own eyes, the market dumped and 22 million went out of the market. I started finding how to call my investors, which I eventually summoned courage to do. Eventually, when I did, I got detained for 24 hours on a contract that was going to pay back 40% of the money, or I was going to prison. This is a life story. At the end of the day, I was able to pull in 40%, and then the case was buried. But I want to tell you this in this very short but intriguing story, that whenever it is you want to start something out, make sure that it has first of all given you the insight of where you're headed. Secondly, it allows you to know where you are going to even before you started. Thirdly, is to understand your why. Once you know your why into a thing, you would understand how to go about it. And that was exactly what I did not know. And I delved into it and lost 22 million naira. At the end of the day, I found myself rounding in circles for years, seeking knowledge, finding my path, looking for the Holy Grail, which of course I did not see. But then real estate came as a light for me. And that was exactly how I got into real estate.
Wow. That was really touching. You know, it's really, really touching, from losing a sum of money, even having someone to invest in you, that sum of money, and you tend to grow it to a fortune, and then you all of a sudden everything crashes. Man, it's not really something that any man that isn't resilient can really take up and, you know, find a way to find their place again.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not easy, and you know, I'm glad that you are here and you are cooking. That's that's great, really. You know, you said you have to make sure whatever you are doing, you know where it's headed.
Correct.
And also, you know, you have to know your why.
Know your why.
And it's very important.
Sure.
I think Jim Brown always say that you need to know your why. When you know your why, the how becomes smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great. So, what steps did you take to reassess your situation and begin working on a recovery plan?
Thank you. As I said, real estate became the light for the day. And I joined real estate in the verge of, as I said, don't forget, always seek information first. So I started looking for information, started looking for what to do. I started looking for the path on how to go from where I was. For somebody who lost 22 million, I had to start all over again. I was dejected, family left, relationship lost, friendship turned back. These were my situations. So you can understand how lonely I was. I was really lonely.
Yeah.
It was quite lonely for me. It was a difficult situation. So I moved away from where I was to another state to find deep recovery, in terms of to think again, to ask God again for direction. Do not forget the God part. And then I said to myself, God, what do I do from here? I kept praying. I kept looking for the Holy Grail, which of course no man finds. But we just have to look for what are the things that we can do to move ourselves from where we are to where we are going to. And real estate came from. And I started attending trainings and started looking for opportunities to enjoy the benefits of being a real estate investor. But of course, to invest in real estate, you need to first of all understand the market dynamics of real estate. And that has to come with marketing real estate, developing real estate, understanding the structure of real estate, understanding the volatility that also comes with real estate, the debt involved in real estate, taxes attached to real estate. These are some of the factors that has helped me also, from my background as a financial trader, to find real estate easy to go to. And I find myself in different trainings which I have got into, successfully came out from, being a student also from Robert Kiyosaki, who had taught me how to also be part of understanding the market dynamics of real estate. And I got involved in real estate from onset after that setback, and I started marketing real estate. Ever since, I never looked back. Moving into real estate has really helped me personally. I'm not saying this just so you can believe in the story that I'm telling you. I'm saying this so that you can understand that it's life-changing.
Yeah.
It's life-changing. I can tell you for free.
Yeah.
And I so love real estate because these gave me hope that you can truly start your business from zero capital. And that was exactly how I got into it.
Yeah, exactly a point. Because most people think that real estate business, starting it off, you need a huge capital.
Yeah, you need big money.
Big money to, you know,
Exactly.
like every other business that you want to start a business.
It's capital intensive.
It's capital intensive.
Yes.
But real estate has given that leverage.
Correct.
Opportunities. Yeah, that's really cool. And you learn from someone like Robert
Kiyosaki, yeah.
Because you are in line with the lectures, and this is why it's good to always go somewhere, put your mind in things that is really relevant to what you want to be.
Correct.
Or what you are pursuing in life.
Yeah.
Because if you hadn't have been maybe searching out for things like books or seminars or training, you would have got the information.
True.
That's great. So I want to know what's the biggest difference you've noticed in terms of risk and rewards between real estate and cryptocurrency trading?
Every business is risky.
Yes.
You must understand the dynamism. As I said, there are algorithms to everything in life, and it's nothing different also in real estate. It's not different from the financial world. Whether crypto, forex, synthetics, derive, futures, binary, options, they are all involved in risk. And so all I did for myself, since I knew real estate, I could venture into it with little or no capital at all. I got involved. I started marketing real estate. But there was something that happened for me that I realized that this is where I wanted to go. This is what I would encourage everybody to do. This is how I want everybody to understand wealth creation. The difference between the risk involved in real estate and the risk involved in the financial world is the exposure. The exposure of real estate is that the market always keeps increasing, which means most of the time you might have to buy low to sell high, and which the difference is that you have to wait. But then in forex, in crypto, you are buying all the time at expensive ratio, and so it involves a large amount of risk. Your capital is at risk. Your appetite sometimes can let you be risky, but then one is regulated, the other is not regulated. So thankfully now, because of the way the Security Exchange Commission has done in Nigeria, they've helped us to regulate both industries. Both the financial service industry and the real estate, they are now both regulated, which means that you can be in charge of your income. So the risk involved in real estate is that you must learn how to buy it cheap, not when it is high. The property you buy today in 2025, in the next 5 years, can appreciate 1,000%. As opposed to forex, the market keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes the market crashes. And that can wipe a lot of funds. Where banks, private wealthy individuals, and retailers have stored in their money. So just for me to say the similarities between the two is that the real estate allows you to come in as a nobody and be a somebody. And how do you be a nobody and become a somebody? Is that you buy it low and you sell it high, or you market it, get a commission off of it, and then you can invest into something low and wait for you to appreciate. And that's why real estate is for all.
Yeah.
It is for all.
It's for all. Exactly.
Correct.
That's when you're talking about the network marketing, you see that it's really for all, because
Correct.
in real estate you have to network with the individuals that some are from background of no education.
Yeah.
Some have education,
Yeah.
but the network system is simply for all.
Correct.
Because there's always categories, and
Sure.
those people that are in line with other people that can also buy.
Yeah.
So that's exactly the fact.
Very true. As opposed to real estate, everybody can venture into real estate. Of course, for Forex, which is also for everybody, you are at risk because a lot of capital are exposed to the market. But for real estate, quite a few capital is secured, and right before your very own eyes, a small capital can grow into big capital without having to do anything. That's the difference. And so I encourage people to join in real estate because it's available to all. No one is excluded. There's no exclusivity in real estate.
Yeah.
It's for the rich and poor. Just find your bracket, get into it, and watch it grow. Real estate, the way to go. You want to save money? Real estate. You want to buy money? Real estate. You want to spend money? Real estate. You want to invest money? Real estate. Once you want to venture into new business, I'll recommend real estate for you. You want to secure your kids and your family's future for tomorrow? Real estate. The best investment on earth is earth itself.
Which is even the highest form of investment security.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so how did you approach investing in real estate compared to when you invested in crypto?
The only thing I really did was to move myself from the knowledge I had. As I told us from the previous situation, I told you I didn't have much information about the financial world. I really just wanted to get involved, make a fortune from it. And then I got people's money that they trusted my brand upon, the Jeff Bezos brand. And then he just floated away. Right before my very own eyes, it floated away. We were about to make a fortune, but we lost the fortune because there was no education. There was no in-depth knowledge about the market. The situation might be different now, but to security purposes, I would venture into real estate, and that's where I am currently. Why? Because it has security purpose for me. It tells me to be able to invest and not even think about if it crashes or not. No matter how the market crashes in real estate, it always be in profit. That's the difference. No matter how the market crashes, hear that again, you would always be in profit. And so that's the difference. Your 1 million naira today real estate in 5 years, no matter how the market crashes, cannot be 1 million. That's the difference. But on the other side, which is of course the finance, the crypto, it drops and can also wipe your funds. And that's why you need to plug yourself into an industry that saves your income. Wealthy people understand this. They understand that making money is a skill growing money is a skill, managing money is a skill, protecting your money is also a skill. And so these are the things you can do when you get into real estate. Protection of your funds. As I said previously, the best way to invest on earth is on earth itself. And so what I actually did for myself was to get the proper education about real estate and understand that it is dynamic, and put myself from understanding the variables, gave myself an opportunity for training, understanding how to market myself and market real estate to the public, and then understanding all the dynamism that comes with it, which is managing, development, construction, and investment. I had to pull myself into that, and then I can make a fortune. That's exactly why I found myself doing real estate in 2025 and beyond.
So it was all a case of understanding.
Correct.
You finally found a way to understand that where you're meant to be, after the crash, is actually to leverage on something that is dynamic and is a gold mine.
Correct.
Because you can actually start with nothing and all of a sudden
be a millionaire.
All
right.
So it's a gold mine. It's something great. All right. So your story is quite inspirational, and I applaud you for being able to even take the bull by the horn and still standing firm. That's great, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So what were your initial challenges when getting into real estate, especially without a lot of capital after the crypto loss?
After the crypto loss, getting into real estate was very challenging. As I said, I had to move myself to other places. I had to leave where I was and go to a place where I know every voices I heard were voices that I know I needed to hear. Be mindful about the voices you hear when you are at the verge of changing your life. The voices I was listening to were the voices I needed to listen to. The voices of God, the voices of people who believed in me. These were the people. At some point, one of the individuals who gave me funds to invest that made it a total worth of 6 million naira to invest in crypto was a friend of mine, who immediately I called and said to him, name withheld, I said, bro, can I tell you something? And I started shaking over the phone, and then he said to me, I presume that the money is gone. And I said, I am so sorry, my friend. And he said to me, do not hurt yourself. The loss of capital is not the loss of life. And that was when I knew all I really needed to do was to actually just stay for those who believed in me. It was a difficult moment for me. I had to leave where I was and travel far. And that was where I was until I got a new role. And this is exactly what I say to people. Most of the time, the people around us are makers or breakers. You need to make sure you know how to turn your back on voices that you do not want to hear. And the best voice you can hear right now in the life of every human being is the voice of the Spirit that leads you to the next level. Yeah. The voice of God.
Yeah.
Never be far from the voice of God. It takes you beside the still waters and restores your soul. It's a very, very powerful verse. And so this is still happening to today. So maybe you are at the point of confusion like I was before. Go afar. Separate yourself. Ask yourself again, what made me lose this much? A man that is down fears no fall. How can I rise again? What made me get to the point I am right now? What are the things I should be doing? What are the things I should not be doing? These were questions I was asking myself. And I needed an honest answer. Without honesty, you cannot transcend. Without honesty, you are going nowhere. Without honesty, you cannot do any business. And so for you to move to the level you are, to the level you want to go to, first be honest with yourself. Can I progress? If the answer is yes, then find how you can progress. Then go to your maker, who will show you the strategies on how to move. And the moment you hear it, it comes sometimes as a still voice. Sometimes it comes in different forms. But when it comes, write it down. Tell yourself, this is where I'm going to. Tell yourself, this is where I want to be. Tell yourself, correct.
The importance of note making.
Very important. Note making is key. When you are in a conference, make sure you are with a notepad. Jot it down. Write it down. Make it plain upon tables, that he who sees will see, read and run. But the vision is for an appointed time. And these are what I encourage people, including myself. I have diaries on my vision. So make sure you are also writing it down so that you can walk and run with it. It was one of the stages I had to take. And I was brutally honest with myself that no, since I had made the mistake, it won't happen again. I need something better. I need to know better. I need to advance better. I need to structure better. I need to be dynamic in a better form. I need to move in a more larger scale, in a better way. I need to transcend with the information I have and turn it into knowledge. Knowledge that will turn also into understanding. Then wealth can come. And this was how I had to move. But as I said, you need to learn how to listen to the voice of God first. The voice of God is better than 1,000 words of training.
Yeah.
That was how I was able to transcend.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, speaking about God, omnipotent and, you know, the creator of heaven and earth.
Yeah.
There's a seminar, the speaker says something that really resonates with all you're trying to say. He said that selling is spiritual. You understand? In the sense that you are not just selling to the physical. We are men of flesh and, you know, blood. But there are more to us, to our soul and spirit.
Sure.
So making a sale in real estate is not really something you can just do. It's something that you have to be in connection with your God. And I vulnerably, I make note of you and I credit you on that for speaking that point, because it's actually a fact.
Sure.
It's a fact. So what type of real estate investments are you focusing on? Example, flipping, rentals, or developments?
Currently, I'm focusing on majorly flipping. To be fair, I'm focused on everything. But right now, I think one of the things I will encourage people are young individuals, the youths, and everybody globally that will be watching this video. I would encourage that you look for the one you can currently have access to. Start with where you are, with what you have now. Don't say you want to do construction where you should have first started with marketing. Don't say you want to do management when you should have just only started with supervision. It is very important. Always take baby steps. That way you don't crash. And so right now I'm taking baby steps in real estate. That's why I'm advancing it by first of all understanding flipping. And what is flipping? Flipping also can mean that you buy, wait for it to appreciate, and then you sell. The same way it can also mean that you encourage people to invest. They invest X amount of money in 12, 24 months. They get a return on investment on their funds. And it's called land trading. Very important. Right? And so with this, you are able to also get there, the pinnacle of success. Just one deal closed, you can have a financial breakthrough.
Yeah.
Just one deal closed, your life is changed forever. I was speaking to a client last 3 weeks. I would say 2 weeks ago. The conversation ended 2 weeks ago, but we had been speaking last 3 weeks. And the man called me and he said, "Oh, Mr. Jeffrey, I was referred to you from somebody who said you are involved in real estate." He sent all my pictures, sent me all my profile, and he saw my profile. And he loved who I am first. Never forget to brand yourself.
Personal
Branding is key. I have to also brand myself. It was one of the things I was going to explain to people here. Learn how to brand yourself. If you do not represent the business, people cannot represent your business. So you need to learn how to brand yourself so people can believe in your business that you are selling. And so I really had to speak to him. And then he said to me, he needed the land on the island of Lagos, specifically Lekki Phase 1, that will cost about 550 million naira. If the deal had pulled through, because there was hiccups, there was technical issues on that land, that was why we had to suspend that, I would have made a fortune of 55 million. It was 10% that was given to me standing as an agent. 55 million just like that. And 55 million currently can do a lot for people. That's a lot. So 55 persons and you give them 1 million, their life has changed. They can start something small. But where am I saying is, you need to learn how to understand how to come in a very entry manner, something that is not on the high side. Flipping, advertising, marketing, and helping people invest their money, you earn a commission from it. These are some of the things you can start with, is where I'm focused right now. And then from there, it moves into supervision. It moves into management.
Yeah.
It moves into development. And then you can have construction. And that's how it is.
You become a developer.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's great. So that's great. So your advice on the whole topic was a mindset shift or habit you've developed during this transition that has impacted you most positively?
All right, positively, to be fair with you, everybody, my audience, I love you guys for staying with us till this very moment. We love you. But whilst I say this, I really just encourage us to do something for me. Take out some time. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to this. Very important. And support the brand. This is information being shared to the public. But what I did to stay positive was to close my ears to people who are going nowhere. A man that can advise me is a man who has gone to where I want to go to. Do not take advices from people who are going nowhere. Do not take advices from people who have no knowledge about a particular product. Do not take advice from people who do not believe in real estate. That's the industry you are in now. Do not take advice from people who don't want to invest in real estate. Do not take advices from people who will always seek to bring you down on this vision you have set for yourself. Because they are going to come. They are called voices in the dark. And so to close your ears and shut your ears to those voices, you must make sure you do not hear them. You must make sure you do not hear them. And that was what I have done to stay positive. I see the world as a marketplace. Everyone is noisy. The whole place is noisy. Everywhere you go to is busy. But you yourself should know the voices you are paying attention to. That's where you should go to. And that's what I have done. That has helped me to recover, to stand firm, to believe in real estate, to trust in my abilities, to use real estate to create wealth, and for my generations that come behind of me.
Wow, great. That's actually great. You're speaking from innate abilities,
Correct.
and not just other, what we see. It's all about what is deep rooted inside of you. Great, sir. I really applaud your resiliency once more.
Thank you.
So I applaud it. So, sir, do you have plans to merge your knowledge of crypto and real estate in the future, perhaps with blockchain technology in property transactions?
I really believe that this is one of the questions I would have loved, because when I saw this, I was very excited. I love the question because, of course, everybody wants to build a business that helps other people life easy. We are going to make people's life easy. I'm currently on works with that. We are going to merge real estate and tech together and bring it into one. But one of the things is, because of my foundational knowledge on finance, crypto knowledge, forex knowledge, binary, chains, what I have done is to make myself available for the dynamism that comes every year. And right now, technology is growing really fast. And so what you want to be doing is just to make sure you are upgraded every single year. Make sure you are upgraded. And so we've had to do something wherein we can merge the two together, make it a blockchain. So what we do is to really allow people to understand how they can even use crypto, make money from crypto, invest in real estate. So it's more like a transfer of money. They make money from crypto and transfer it to real estate. And then they move from crypto and then they secure into the real estate, and then you can secure the connection with culture. With this, blockchain is introduced. And how can blockchain help into allowing people of this season, people of these times, have enjoyment to financial security, asset security, comes the blockchain system, which of course I knew that the host here would introduce me to that question.
Okay. You're talking about blockchain and technology ban real estate investment.
Yeah.
And I think there is a point of contact with real estate. What they call it? They say it's fractional real estate.
Yeah.
Okay, fractional real estate, an investment, a real estate investment, a client and your investor can make, securing a part in between of a whole in real estate property investment.
Yeah.
So, and in that terms, one cannot use titles or documents that are used for lands to secure those kind of properties.
Right.
They have blockchain system. They have NFTs, the non-fungible tokens. So how does that really clear the view?
Okay, that clears the view in the sense that when you're buying real estate, of course, say for example, we are currently here. This video is currently being recorded in Nigeria as of today. By God's grace, we're going to be moving to Ghana. We're going to be moving to different African nations, and then of course even to Europe, making this podcast a global one, speaking about real estate. But I can tell you, anywhere you are in the world, you can do fractional ownership of real estate by not necessarily merging titles. So how it's done without the blockchain is that you're giving a document. So I have a land, he comes, buys from me, and I transfer the documents to him, including the deeds of assignments. Now that makes him the owner of the land. I get paid and I have nothing to move close to anymore. But now NFT has helped into allowing people to own real estate by something called fractional ownership, which means I can own, he can own, and the document is the NFT wallet that allows both of us share access to that. And so this has really been very, very inviting, but I really believe it has not really circulated enough to the African community, the African continent. And this is also where we are going to be bringing in the knowledge to you. I believe our frequent, the next episode, the host, Mr. Ebuka here, will be bringing in even more people. Even for myself, I'll also be coming again with you guys to even welcome you guys on some of the most vital information on how to secure fractional real estate through NFT, which is the non-fungible tokens. I believe that the young ones can do this. The old ones can do this. The middle age can do this. It is for all. So you might have issues with documents, but of course you can't have issues with your wallet ID. And here comes in the help.
Technology. That's great. You know, we've not seen it. The world is transcending to different means of functionality. Never ends. We just got to keep evolving.
Correct.
So okay, sir. So finally, we are wrapping up the episode for today, and it has really been an inspirational episode. Mr. Jeffrey Bezos has really shown that resiliency is always a key, and resilience and thoughtfulness and investment can pave the way to recovery. So if you are inspired with this episode, please, I would like you to follow him on his social media handles, and you can keep up, you can get more inspirations from what he's doing. So sir, your social media
alright, so for my social media handle, you can go on my Facebook page, and my Instagram page is Jeffrey Bezos Johnson. The Bezos is Bezos Johnson. That's where you can find me. It's right there in all of my social media page. And I have the same picture, so don't get scammed. Don't go and text another person thinking it is me. Alright? Make sure you text me, say hello, hi, ask questions as much as you want. We are here to work together. I hope you have been blessed.
Yeah, of course. I hope you are blessed, and I hope you are inspired, because what we had today is really inspiring. It's heart touching. For anybody, you can see that even if you have something that has hit you on the road, now you know that you can still stand up and you can go again. You understand? So the episode we have covered, we talk about God as always has been the one that is matching us forward in terms of marketing and leading up prospects and all that. You can't do it by yourself. We talk about property security. We talk about property investment type, and also we talk about blockchain and NFTs. System of technology in real estate investments. So any more of this, if there are more that I don't remember, you can remind me on the comment section. But for now, we are glad that you have stayed this far. So stay blessed, and till I meet you again. This is the Real Estate Talk Show with your humble host, Ebuka Frank. And here is Jeffrey Bezos, a former crypto trader. He might still be
Of course. You're coming back to the game.
You're coming back to the game.
Yeah.
But rooted now in the real estate business.
Correct.
So next time, till we see you again, thank you and bye for now.
Bye.